What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, it is Mock Draft Monday. Today's mock draft will feature a Zach Wilson trade. Last week, we did Bryce Huff trade and what that could look like for a New York Jets draft. This week, we're going to do a Zach Wilson trade and see what that could look like for the New York Jets. I'm excited to get into it, so without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's get it rocking and rolling, Jets. I'm going to trade Zach Wilson to Arizona. They have a billion picks. I think something like 140, 187, and Zach Wilson, or something like that. I think that would be the move. So you're essentially you're moving up, you're scooting up around by making a trade like this. I think it's worthwhile. A mid-round pick swap. So let's do it. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Let's hop right into it. Okay. So in this mock draft, Fashanu off the board at pick number 9. To me, this makes your choice pretty obvious. You also do not have Brock Bowers available. Home run selection, Talisi Fuaga. There's been a ton of smoke around his name, especially after the Senior Bowl. Huge fan of his game. To me, no doubt about it. No brainer. Grab Fuaga. Okay. Round 3. Few different directions that the Jets could go. My favorite direction, again, this is something that I would do. There will be starting caliber interior offensive linemen. Haynes, Mahogany, Beebe, all three of those guys projected to go somewhere around that third round. Christian Haynes was phenomenal at the Senior Bowl. This is someone else that Jeff Ulbrich was able to see up close. So 2 Senior Bowl guys to start this draft. I couldn't think of a better way to get it started. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, still have a need at wide receiver. Granted, I think the Jets will do some work in free agency, so it's not like the Jets are trying to find their number 2 receiver in the NFL draft, but I do think they should be active somewhere trying to find wide receiver talent. But something I've talked about a lot is the need for a developmental quarterback. Michael Pratt is someone that I really like. Spencer Rattler was again, this is the Senior Bowl draft. Has the NFL is higher on Spencer Rattler than apparently a lot of the NFL media and scouts are. So kind of interesting. I know his college career didn't necessarily go the way that some anticipated, but upside. Drafting a quarterback with upside who might need to sit and mature a little bit, but who had a ton of talent. I'm game. I'm doing it. Now, granted, again, now's the time where you got to get in on some of these wide receivers. This is from the Arizona trade, so Cornelius Johnson, I think, is the best wide receiver on the board. Let's just take a look and see. Luke McCaffrey is an interesting one, but of this group, I would go with Cornelius Johnson. Okay, now another area that the Jets sneaky kind of need is interior defensive line. You could take a look at some of the options available right now. But yeah, to me, Jordan Jefferson would make the most sense in this spot. I like Keith Randolph Jr. a lot, but with this pick trade, you're going from round 5, or with the Zach Wilson trade, rather, you're going from round 5 to round 7, 3 picks in round 7. So just grab here, and then going to be pretty obvious, I think, anyway, what the Jets should do in the 7th round at this point. Take a couple dart throws that are still positions of need for you. So in this spot, kind of like Donovan Jennings, we go another tackle. So 3 offensive linemen drafted in this draft class. I think that's a wise thing to do. Move down the board. I kind of wanted to take a look at another wide receiver, but it doesn't look like there's any draftable wide receivers left, which is slightly unfortunate. You could go take a look at safety, Mark Perry or Damani Richardson. I'm going to go Damani Richardson. That's a classic Matt O'Leary late swing. And then one last pick, maybe at this point. Running back? No. We'll take a tight end at this point to round out the draft class. And let's see what they think. Let's see what PFF has to say. Talisi Fuaga, they gave me an A-. Didn't like the Christian Haynes one, which is, I think, odd, but okay. Spencer Rattler, they liked B+ grade there. Cornelius Johnson, A- grade. Got an A- for Jordan Jefferson. Donovan Jennings, an A-. Damani Richardson, C+, and Brent Kuth, C+ as well. B+ overall grade. What do you think of this mock draft? Is this something that you would like to see the Jets do? Trade for, Zach Wilson away, draft a developmental quarterback to sit behind Aaron Rodgers and a veteran? I think that's the route that I would like to go. Someone that I like a lot for that is Michael Pratt, but I think he's probably going to go in the third round. And I personally would rather go with an offensive lineman who I think could have an immediate impact in Haynes in round 3, rather than the quarterback who's not going to play in 2024. Fourth round pick is a little bit of a different story. 111, that's a big drop off. That's like a 40 pick difference just about. So I'm comfortable with it at that spot. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.